Hello, I'm here with another type of a card, a pouch card. This is a pouch card. As you can see, you make a pouch, and here's the card. So I would like to show you how to make this pouch card. See, this is a pouch, and this is the card, which you put in a pouch. Here's another one. Also another card for a pouch. Here's another one made of cloth also for a pouch. And here's the last one I have to show you. All these cards are for different occasions. That's why I'm showing you the different types of cards that you can have and make and put them in a pouch. Okay, let's move on so that I can show you how to make the card. So we'll need this type of a paper and a smaller paper for the pouch. We'll need these two papers. We'll also need a pencil, and then we also need glue. So what you're going to do, and some decorations, and this card, the particular card I'm making is African themed. So I'll measure the measurements that I want. It depends on the measurements you want, and then I'll fold the card. After I fold to the width I like, I'm going to use this pencil to draw. After drawing, you can see the line. The line is here. After which I'm going to take my pair of scissors and I'm going to cut. So I'll be back to show you how it looks after I cut. So this is how it's looking after I cut. It's supposed to look like this. Then I'll put that aside. Then I'll take the second piece of paper. Now this is for the pouch. This is how you're going to measure it. We're going to take this particular paper and put here the folded paper and put here, and then fold it and make sure that it fits inside. After you make sure that you leave a little space so that you don't have to force it through. Then I'm going to cut a little bit on the sides, and then I'll remove the card from inside. So I'll come back to show you how you're going to continue. So this is how it's supposed to be. When you're making such like cards, you have to make sure that you keep trying to measure them so that you get the correct measurements. These cards, if you don't get the right measurements, they all backfire on you. So you have always to have the best measurements, because it's not a simple card where you just add other things, but this one you have to measure. If you don't measure, you're going to get it totally wrong. So after this, I'm going to take my glue. Remember I told you also need glue. So I'm going to take my glue and put on this extra paper that I left on the sides. Remember, when you cut, there's always an extra paper on the sides so that you'll fold it over. So I'm putting my glue. After which, I'm going to fold it over the top part, and I'm going to wait for it to dry. Okay. After it dries, as you can see the line, the fold line. I'm going to put more glue because we have to hide the fold. Always hide the fold. Don't leave the fold up to be seen on your cards. It's not neat. So you always have to hide the fold. So I'm going to take a piece of an African fabric and I'm going to place it over and wait for it to dry. Now this is how it will look. So I'll have to cut off the protruding ends, this one and that one. Now you see it's a pouch, but if you look properly, it's just an open pouch. So I have to make sure that I seal the end, one end. So I'm going to put my glue. I have to put my glue on this material. This is an African inspired pouch card. It's an African inspired pouch card. So I'm going to put my glue, and then I'm going to take my pouch, just put it like that, and then you're going to take your add more glue on this other end also. Remember, it has to be good glue, good strong glue. And also do what? Fold it. Now we have to wait for it to dry. Now I have to cut off both ends so that it remains neat. As you can see now, it's a neat piece. It's now a pouch, it's a neat piece. Now for decorating, I'm going to take my African inspired piece of a cut of a person. It's contemporary art, and I'm going to put it down there. You can cut anything. This is African material, and then it's African inspired. So this is the body, and then this is the head. This is a card mostly for a person who likes artwork, a lot of artwork. See, that's a person. Now, so I'll put that aside. I'll come to this other card, and I have to make sure that it fits in. You see, it fits in. When you're making these cards, you have to make sure that you take the measurements. If you don't take the measurements, things can easily go wrong. You see? Now I need to start decorating also the top part of the card. So this one I have to leave it to dry. Let me start decorating the top part of the card. I have already cut these pieces. You can cut anything you like, anything. So I'm going to start just putting them and see what pattern I can make out of them. Just arrange them in any way you are, but I'm going to try and arrange them my way, in my style. Remember, this is an African themed pouch card, so just put on top. Always put on top. So I'm going to continue, and I'll come back when I'm almost. See where I've reached? I'm still continuing. Now I'm done. I need to put my glue at the center. And I'll wait for it to dry. After which I'll take a little glue and put there. Remember, it's an African inspired card. So this is the piece I have done for the top part. So I'll come back so that we can finish off the card. Okay, as you can see now, this is the card itself. This is how it is, and this is the front part of the card. Then I'll take the card, I'll just put here. So this is how the card looks in its finality. This is the back of the card. This is the front of the card, front part of the card. This is how you remove it. and when the person opens, they'll get their message. You've written your message there, and then the person will, after reading, the person will return the card. This is an African inspired card. So here we have like this one. This one is for Valentine. This one was for Christmas. This one for a birthday. Then this one here was for a wedding. And then this one here, the last one here, was for Valentine. Thank you so much. And I hope that you subscribe. Bye.